Hello everybody, I'm the one and only Anu.
And I'm Pablo. Soy Pablo, solamente Pablo.
Yeah, and we are part of the Familia Pablanu. Oh, we're the couple of Pablanu.
Yeah. We're a family of 7. We have 5 little children back to back.
Yes, we're a multicultural, multilingual family that immigrated. I'm from Nigeria.
I'm from the US.
Immigrated from the US to the Pearl of Africa just a little bit over a year ago.
And this is our village house,
Yes.
and we'll show you how we prepare breakfast.
Yes.
Julio Bobo. Anda, ya sé que quieres lucir, pero no luzcas. So we usually prepare the breakfast for the whole family
Pablo prepared.
the night before.
Yeah.
The night before. So I start working at night. We have sorghum, we have soya beans, and even we have other beans that we will put in it. So, let me get some things out.
And while he makes breakfast, I dress the children, so they're ready for school, and we're waiting for our breakfast.
So, usually we soak the sorghum. I don't know if you can see. So this is the local sorghum that we use. And we soak it overnight with some kind of beans. I like pigeon peas. I don't know what all the names are around here. I think here they call them mbigi or something like that. And then we make soya milk. So we just use our Chinese soya milk maker we found in Kampala. And so we make that the night before, we soak it. Then the beans and the sorghum we blend here. And that's what we do for breakfast. So that's our porridge. And then in the porridge...
I still need to eat mine.
You still haven't eaten yours.
Yeah, so and with the porridge, we don't use salt or we don't use oil and sugar in our foods. So to sweeten it, we usually add some sliced bananas. And we add nuts to it too for more good fats and protein. So this is mine. Everyone else have eaten theirs, and the kids took theirs to school, the girls. So me, I would just sit back and eat my porridge. I'm the last one. So.
You like eating in peace.
Yes.
Mama's the busy one. She's always running around in the morning.
Yeah.
But that's our morning breakfast, and then we peel some oranges, we drink that for some good vitamins in the morning.
Each of us have one orange every morning.
And you want to talk about the children?
Yeah, and then the kids, the boys, we'll give them the breakfast, we'll take it over here, they sit on the mat. No, I don't show you what you got.
I meant the girls.
Oh so Pablo will now put it in a flask for the girls to take to school. They have some bananas with them, and we put some other fruits in their bags. And you guys saw me this morning taking them to school, so then we'll take them to school.
We also give them some cassava as well for their snack.
Steamed cassava. And then they take it to school. They eat at school. They eat their breakfast at school. Yeah, and they will come back later today. So yeah.
Yeah, they're just in baby class still, and so they come back before lunch even.
Yeah.
So then we all have lunch together, and it's very nice. And they're close enough; they just walk to school.
Sometimes I take them. Other times, if I'm too busy here, they will find themselves. They say, "We can't wait for you, Mama," and they will go by themselves. So they know the way to school.
Yeah. Sometimes they show up too. They're like, "Hey, we are back home." And Bella, even she ran from school one day. She just showed up here. I was like, "Hey."
Just because you can.
I was sick. The teacher let me go. No, the teacher didn't even know she was gone. But
lunch. I mean, definitely Ugandan. We ate a lot of matoke.
Katogo for sure.
So we eat like any local Ugandan here. But the only difference is we don't use salt, oil, and bouillon, all of those in our foods. It's just natural as can be.
Yeah, we were cooking lots of Nigerian foods. until we were realizing a lot of the fruits and vegetables around here have so many pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, so much, and it was affecting us even.
Yeah, we had to stop using tomatoes, eggplants, for example. They are very high in pesticides. So
we've started to use much more local foods. They don't require all of those. So matoke, the green banana for sure, we're using that as our main staple.
Yeah, cocoyam. Yeah, I know it's in Nigeria as well. What else? I mean, and chivuvu is a little similar to plantain, but it's good. We eat that too.
Yeah, they call it banana de burro in my part of the world. The donkey banana.
What's the difference between American food and Ugandan food?
Well, it depends on what kind of American, because
breakfast, maybe
breakfast. Yeah, they use a lot of processed foods, like the breakfast, for example, it's a boxed cereal. There's always the oatmeal.
In the US, yeah.
In the US, So it's a lot of processed to some, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot more, like in the US, people will use a lot more eggs and meats and stuff like that. They'll have like bread, egg, and meat and cheese for breakfast, which we have long ago, we've gotten away from that. So we do only plant-based, like healthy foods. So we already were doing that in the US. We were already eating like local Ugandans before coming here.
In the US, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
but I see that people in the city, they still eat like that. They eat the eggs and
yes, in Kampala.
Yeah, the Rolex and all
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But we don't do that. So
why did you choose that lifestyle?
actually, it was health related. We had a lot of chronic illnesses, diabetes,
Like
overweight, like everybody, inflammation, pains every day, and we just realized maybe we can do something different to make.
Like what can we do? What can we do? So we started to research, like, why am I feeling this way? Is it something I'm eating? And sure enough,
Yeah.
one after another, this thing is causing this, that thing is causing that. Why am I eating this?
So we started dropping animal products one after the other.
Adding more and more vegetables, more and more fruits, until those things the other things that were inflammatory were pushed out.
Right. So and then we got rid of our inflammation, of our illnesses. And
I lost like 50 pounds. It was,
I lost 20-something pounds.
It's like what, 20 kilos?
Yeah, we were both big. We were, both of us.
Yeah.
And people will see us, they were like, oh wow, you look young. We're like, we didn't used to look like this. Just
we were looking old, we were looking
Yeah.
sick and old, and it was happening fast.
change
I
our
was growing
lifestyle.
wider and wider. I said, hey, that's normal, I should buy bigger clothing, yeah?
But we term organic or nutritious food as boring, How did you cope up with that from modern food to local traditional food?
It wasn't easy at first because because moving from Nigeria to the US, we didn't eat much meat. I come from a really poor background, So we arrived in the US and there's meat everywhere. So we eat
Meat and Fanta and what?
We eat it every meal. You have to eat meat. You're now in the home of food. But I realized that we got sick, and when we realized, okay, we will need to stop eating meat. I know Paulo mentioned one thing. Maybe we should stop eating meat, and I'm like,
or maybe like once a week or something, and you were like,
I'm like, what would we replace meat with? What do you mean? It's like beans. I'm like, oh, beans. I don't like beans. But
before that though, we had tried to do more healthy, like raising our own animals.
Right.
So we were raising on our small land. We were raising like 20 different kinds of animals and all this kind of. We ate them all.
Ducks. We have geese. We have chickens.
You used to live in what you said.
Yes,
we tried.
did. In the US, we did.
Neither of us are city people.
Right, and we ate
don't like
all of these animals that we ate, eggs, all of that.
And we were still getting sick.
Yeah.
So then we realized, okay, we need to do something
So it wasn't
different.
easy. Breakfast was a big problem. I know a lot of people on our channel always ask us, I have issue with having like plant-based breakfast. What do I do for breakfast? It looks like there's no options, So we had to experiment, trial and error until we realized we had to add legumes, beans, lentils or whatever with every meal. Pulses, with every meal, and that make a lot of difference. It makes you fuller, it gives you that energy, a lot of iron energy that you need. So,
And we didn't know how much variety there were in plant-based foods,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
until we started changing. We realized there was this whole world of food out there that we had never seen, because we had one little grocery aisle. We get this meat, we get this box, we get this pasta, we get what, and then suddenly we just realized there's so much. Even beans, there's like a million kind of beans in the world, you know, and they're all different flavors and they're all different sizes. You can do like just alone, and then nuts, and it was just.
yeah.
Everything. It was just an explosion, and we learned about so many flavors and spices that's like you just, when you stop using salt, when you stop using things like that, Royco, you know, bouillon, you start to taste flavors more.
Yeah, come back and you taste the flavor in just a potato, for example, or something that you think would be bland.
Like just a boiled steamed potato with nothing, no salt, anything.
so
You take
good.
it and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many flavors,
Yeah.
which you can't taste if your tongue is burned with salt. You can't. And
So-
just things like that.
So slowly we got our taste back, and those foods that we thought was bland become tasteful to us, and we're like, oh my God, there's so much to do here.
And the more organic they are, the more flavor they have too.
Exactly.
So if they don't have fertilizers and whatnot, they have so much more flavor. Like the tomatoes.
Yeah, the one we grow ourselves.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness, tastes so
They're
much
amazing.
better. Oh, it's delicious. But
And we grow mushrooms too now,
oh
actually.
yes, actually, I will show you guys because I need to spray it today. I haven't sprayed since 2
You
days
can
now.
see her mushroom garden.
Yeah.
She's dreamt of this for years. She can finally have
And
it.
for a beginner who would want to start that journey of eating healthy and living healthy, where should they start from?
I mean, we have a playlist, a whole playlist on our channel,
That's
Familia
true.
Paulano,
That's
and
true.
we shows like this simple step-by-step guide of how you can start a journey. For a starter is like slowly switching. If you're taking sugar and all this stuff, slowly changing or stopping the sugar and replacing it with like fruits, fresh fruits. If you feel craving, I need to take maybe a, what do you call it?
Soda, maybe?
Yeah, soda or chocolate or what. Yeah.
Exactly. Take a banana. Take a watermelon. Orange is I would say definitely good for orange. We take an orange.
Orange, apple, guava, any fruit you have.
Yeah, and by the time you're done with those fruits, you don't have the craving to take a soda anymore. And those things are healthy, has all that fiber, has the, you know, the nutrients that you need for you.
Exactly.
So that's a good step towards that.
I guess in a nutshell, it's not about cutting out, it's about replacing and pushing out.
Yeah.
Because you can't cut out, that's diets.
That's
Diets are cutting out, and of course,
It doesn't
your
work.
self-control, your psychology cannot handle that, your body even cannot handle that. So what you have to do is you have to do what the doctors always say, eat more fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Just start doing that. Even just every week, add a new vegetable to your meal and a new fruit to your snacks. And then soon enough, your plate is full of vegetables, all different kinds. And you start, adding more beans, and then you're like, I don't even care about eating meat anymore. And it smells like something dead anyways. I don't want it. You start to change.
Exactly.
Just by adding what's good, you start feeling more the pain of what's bad. Like you're like, when I eat this,
And
it
also
hurts my
when you
joints.
eat it, when you do go back to eat those foods, they will cause you pain. Again, you'll have those inflammation and you realize that
You can actually feel it.
you will feel it. You're like, oh, this is the reason why I switched in the first place. So for me, for example, there's no going back. So because I see what it does.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you eat something like if we go out to eat, like eat Ethiopian food or something which we love, and it has salt or something. The next day we have bags, and we're like, we haven't had bags in years.
And
on our eyes. Headaches, what?
Yeah. So.
This is really difficult.
Well, there's nobody here when the kids are here. I usually sit on the chair.
It's not me.
No, it's fine. When the kids are here, I use the chair to sit there.
It looks sad that you're alone though.
Oh, you can sit with me.
I should get the kids and give them some snacks.
Oh, yeah, you can.
They can sit.
Yeah.
Tulio,
Okay.
Rafa. Maybe I should get something to eat with you. What can I eat with?
Is that Mide's food in the kitchen?
I think so, yeah. Mida is sleeping, no? Yeah. Oh, did you get the nuts? Oh, there they are. On a weekday, we have to kind of go out of the house to work because generally we would work from home, but we have 5 children, 6 years and under, and a baby. So, and then even the boys at home, they can be very demanding. So we have to go out of the house, and we try to find a peaceful place to work. And before then, so while Mama is eating her breakfast, I've already eaten mine. So I usually prepare a lunch for us. So maybe it's a fast like katogo that we put together, like it's like green banana, matoke, and beans and some other vegetables fried up with some spices and what we have some of our own spices growing here that we can show in a bit. And sometimes I just put in a pot, bring some bowls, and we go take baby with us, and then we go work into the evening, afternoon. Then we come back. Usually our daughters, especially Elena, that you just saw, who's very, very articulate, she will call us on the phone when she gets home, and we talk to her, talk to the other children, and see how they are doing. And then, talk to the ladies that are helping us and make sure everything's okay. And then maybe we'll ask them to start on some food, or maybe we'll come back early and we make the food ourselves, especially if it's Nigerian food, West African foods. And so then we will have that, we'll make that. We try to eat, we've been doing earlier and earlier, because we realize the kids, they really need their sleep. So we'll even have them eat at like 6 p.m. sometimes, which is crazy around here. People here, they eat like 9 p.m. with the children. But for our children, they really need their sleep. Their beauty rest, especially if they didn't take naps, which sometimes they don't. The boys need naps, but they just fight. They fight so much. So we get a chance to kind of get them down to sleep at like 7:30. And then sometimes we eat with the children, especially if it's like Nigerian food. We'll sit down with them, we'll eat. But on many days, it's kind of our evening time that we enjoy together. And so we get them to sleep, and then we enjoy our meal and in silence, in quiet, peace. Except for baby, sometimes she's still awake and we're still feeding her with us, but she's calm, she's okay. She's 7 months and already trying to walk and crawling everywhere, and she eats what we eat because we have lots of, we eat very Nigerian, West African, so our food has lots of kabulari, lots of, what is it called in Swahili? I forgot. But
What do you call hot pepper in Swahili?
Hot pepper?
it is
Piri piri.
piri piri. I knew it. You mean piri piri? Yeah, I know it from because we also made a movie, My Love from Another Land, which is part of our long story of how we are here and everything. It's a long story, but if you've been following our story, you'll know kind of why we went into filmmaking after arriving here. But yeah, I was working with a gentleman who was my kind of co-actor, because it's a romantic comedy, and he was doing a lot of the comedy, and he would always question me in Luganda, and he would always throw in lots of Swahili words, like boda boda, you mean pichi pichi, or like kamulari, you mean piri piri. I can't eat this piri piri, you know, like. But yeah, so we put lots of hot pepper on our food, and even our baby, 7 months, she's already. If we put food out, sometimes we put it on a big platter, which is the style in a lot of parts of East Africa, actually, for the children to come and eat. So they have their own station. And I wish we could show that, but we have these big metal platters. And now that Mide is crawling, she'll see the siblings, and she'll crawl over to before we can stop her, and she'll start eating their food, eating like beans, and start chewing these things, and we're like, it's got pepper, and she's just eating away. We say, So that's how they learn. That's how they learn the food, is they see the other children, they see, hey, it is good. So they come, they eat everything. So she's already becoming part of their tribe, the group. But yeah, that's kind of our regular week evening. On the weekends, is it all different? It's a little bit
different because
yeah.
the girls don't go to school.
Right.
So it's just a whole weekend. On Saturdays, we have the ladies helping us. But on Sunday, we're by ourselves. So it's just family time, take things slow. But by lunchtime, we're going crazy. Trying to deal with 5 kids, doing this and doing that. And trying to wash the dishes, wash the clothes. We do all of this by ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's not easy at all.
It can be a lot, but the children, they are learning to help.
They are, and because they now do their own dishes, they wash the plates and things like that. It's been good.
Yeah, we have some videos showing that on our channel as well. I was just amazed. I just tell them, I don't think they're going to do it, but I just tell the children like, hey, can you wash your clothing? Can you wash your dishes? And I just say it, just thinking maybe one day they will. And sure enough, one day I come out and all 4 of them, of the older ones, they are all lined up. They're washing. The next one is rinsing. The next one is drying. Like I'm like, I don't know if it's perfect, but they are doing it, and they were enjoying it. And I said, wow. So yeah, they're already trying to help out, and it's when they get older, they'll be a huge help for sure. But it's nice.
Yeah, and they help with their little baby sister. They will play with her. She actually sleeps in the same room as the girls. So when they wake up in the morning, they'll take her out, bring her out here. They play with her before I get ready and come out and get them. So it's been good. Yeah, it's been good.
And here, they go to school or you go to school then?
Yeah, when we were in the US, they were all not of school age yet. The eldest just about turning 4, and then there's a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, so they're very back to back like that. So of course we teach them the alphabet, both in Spanish, in Yoruba, in English, and we read to them in all of these languages. So the pre-kindergarten stuff.
Teaching them songs in Yoruba, Spanish, yeah.
So we did that. It wasn't time for them to go to school yet.
Sí, han llegado.
And we had originally planned on homeschooling. And so when we got here, we realizing this is a big old world. And they need to be immersed to make friends, be part of this world, and interact with kids of their own age, you know. But we couldn't do that in Kampala because we just didn't.
Cabo. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Eso es trébol. Trébol. Ah, no come. Vale. Ponte de pie.
Bah, funititi pada.
No tanto, no comáis tanto, ¿sabéis?
This is too much.
Debéis comer como 3, ¿vale? Saca 3. Saca 3. Foraging in Indiana, where we lived in the US, after COVID, I started doing a lot of research on foraging, like what can we eat that's just out here in our yard. So they learned about trébol, which is clover.
Yeah.
Yeah. The children, they like them. They're very sour.
Yeah.
They're very like lemon. They like it.
What's the benefit of it? I've also seen them, but I don't know if they eat it.
Hey, any green things always have vitamins, vitamin K, nutrients, things like that. But they shouldn't eat so much.
So much might cause some stomach.
Some liver or kidney, something like that. Yeah, it's not so bad for them, but it's a little bit good for sure. So when they arrived here, they recognized a lot of these things that are the same, and they started picking them. Wait. But they know what's safe and what's not.
Not safe.
Right. Yeah. So
then they teach the younger ones, and the younger ones like, hey, they start foraging. Yeah.
So now you can continue with education.
Okay. So yeah, and so we got here. We were like, okay, let's find a school. It wasn't too possible in Kampala, but as soon as we arrived in this smaller village, and I was pregnant with her fifth. So I'm like, okay, the eldest, they have got to go to school. Having 4 kids at home all at once.
With the 5th on the way.
It wasn't.
It was a lot.
So we found a nearby school. It's the chairman of our little village here. So he had a school, and we're like, oh wait, let's put our children in your school. That's how it started, and they now baby class.
Well,
So they go in, they're learning very fast, and they're making friends. They're learning Luganda.
and they're learning lots of English. They're learning lots of English as well.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know much. They didn't know any English, in fact, until we came to Uganda.
Why did you teach them English in US?
Why didn't we teach them? Because in US, the first language is English. They're going to get English wherever they go.
You have to
It's
fight.
inevitable.
You have to fight to learn any other language. And the same here in Uganda. In fact, especially in Kampala. There are children there that are ethnically, from the Baganda tribe, and yet they don't know any. They just know English. And the parents expect them, they will learn Luganda. But they don't know that that's not true. It's not going to happen. It's the other way around. You have to teach your language at home. So powerful, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
They can
So,
Oh, right, because people are now losing their ethnic languages.
yeah.
English is taking over. So we did that's why
Really?
we did one face, one language at home. I will speak Yoruba to them, Pablo will speak Spanish to them. But Pablo broke the barrier of the one face, one language. Because he's able to speak to them in Yoruba, and they will respond to them, they even talk to him in Yoruba, as well as Spanish. But I tried to do that, and they freak out. They thought I was a totally different person. But at first, it was like that for you, yeah.
It was because we visited Nigeria, and so they saw me speaking to people in Yoruba in Nigeria, and I would even turn to them and speak to them in Yoruba just to show people, hey, you can also speak to our children in Yoruba. That's their first language. But so they got used to that, and I got used to it. So when I get home here, sometimes I'll just speak to them in Yoruba and forget. And then I say, wait, how do you say this in Spanish?
So they picked it up and now.
But maybe if we visit a Spanish-speaking country, maybe they will, and you start speaking Spanish and they see that, maybe they'll also start incorporating that. But yeah, that's part of a big part of the education from our side is the languages.
Yeah.
But so they get a lot. We also have books, of course, and movies in English. They also hear us because we met each other in English. So
Right,
for
so
us,
we
it's
speak
difficult
English,
to.
yeah.
I mean, we mix in Yoruba and Spanish.
Like when we're outside, for example, that's one of
Yeah.
the benefits. I will speak Yoruba to him, he will speak Spanish to me, and people are confused, like, what are they, what?
Yeah.
And then we're talking to people who switch back to English, and we converse in those two languages. So I suppose that our children will pick that up too.
Right. That's
Like that, yeah.
the hope is that they'll have their identity with our family in these languages, and then outside they speak English, they speak Luganda, they speak Swahili, whatever. And but for education wise, I mean, here I know so many people, they tell us, oh, the schools are bad and this and that, but the thing is, I mean, schools can only teach so much.
Right, right.
Like for children, especially at this age, they can teach numbers, letters, how to write, how to add and subtract. Those are the basics. And it's good that they can teach those mundane things, because the main thing we want for them to get is, that saves us some time. But the big thing is, like you said, the society, the community, having friends, getting used to the other children, learning the culture, being more immersed. That's something that we didn't have back in the US. And that's one of the reasons we came here, is because there just wasn't community for children. It just wasn't there. And the schools were very bad.
Right.
Very bad where we lived. So.
Everyone just stay in their own homes and.
Yeah. There's not a culture of like you go out into the children just go play in the streets. There's not a culture of that there. So.
But children can be everywhere whenever they want to be, right?
Exactly. They have friends. They are going on the street. You see this one called, hey Bella, Tulio. Yeah, even deep go in the village, they have friends that know their name, and they are friends from school. So it's that community of young children playing together and having a good time.
Do you notice them as mixed kids? The other kids, maybe Ugandan kids?
I don't think so. They just know them as Muzungu.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at least now they learn their names, because we told the children, we said, if they call you Muzungu, you say,
Siri Muzungu.
Siri Muzungu, Nze Elena, Nze Yemisi,
What's
Nze.
that?
Like, I'm not Muzungu, I am, and their name.
Call their name, yeah.
Like, this is mine, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Don't call me that, it's not my name.
Mhm. So even going in town, those kids we see them, they call them by their hey Elena, and they call us by Tata Elena, Mama Elena. You know,
That's good.
it is good. Now we're being part of the community now, which is good. So.
It's them who will teach them that unpacking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although here they call me Mubiru Pablo.
It's now part of the Mamba clan.
Yeah.
The clans here.
They gave me a clan. They gave us both clans when we were.
What clan I am though?
You are the Amata.
Amata. And take clan, maybe I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, they gave us our clans when we were on set working on our movie, My Love from Another Land. Yeah, they gave us. They said, you know what, you need a clan.
Yeah.
You need a name.
Yeah.
So they gave me Mubiru, and I said, I like it, Mamba clan. So I go around, I tell people, so the Bodas around here, when they drive by, they say, hey, Mubiru. And then other people say, hey, Mr. Pablo, you know, so they know me now, or they'll say like, Tata, Elena, you know. Yeah, because I had to teach people. We had to teach them, especially the children. The children can get very annoying, like on the street, Mubiru. The children on the street, they can be like, and that's like the only word they know. They're so young. I'm like, how are they that young? And they only know one word, which is Muzungu. I'm like, it's amazing. But so I tell them, like you, because I realized, I said, I was feeling very weird about that, you know?
Yeah.
I realized it's because they're not, when they use those terms, they're not seeing me like a human or as part of the community. They see me as Muzungu, which is like a wanderer. You're here one day, oh, when are you going back? You know? I said, I want to be part of the community. Tata Elena. So to be part of the community, I said, I realized I wanted to be greeted as any person in the community. So I'm like, no, you just say Sebu, like sir.
Yeah.
Like, you know, good morning, sir. Like, just greet me. Just say, you know, good morning, sir. Something like that. Not yelling Mudungu. It's like, what do you want me to say? Like, hey, Muganda. Like, what do I say? I don't know. It's not the way you greet people.
Right.
But anyways.
So yeah, so the education of our kids. I know my parents, they are worried, like, oh, they won't get the good education. It's in the US. Let them come back home. Come to the US for education. Give them good foundation and this and that. And we're like, did you know how much student loan I still have to pay back in the US with the education that I got? I'm in debt up to my neck here. And I'm like, for what? To learn what, you know? And I'm like, even the school that I went to, I didn't learn the basics about living, how to live, how to, what are the basics that we need to teach, you know?
¿Quieres dormir la
You
siesta?
can't really learn that at school, and also if you learn all I'm losing my train of thought. How I'm trying to say it.
Because this boy here, este niño, mira, te está mirando.
You just lose your train of
Te
thought.
está mirando.
I'm just saying the parents are the most important foundation for the children. Yes, you get to teach them. Okay, this is. Sorry, I can't take it.
He's excited. Imagine we don't care.
No comas más o te vas a doler. Even in the US, we were going to be supplementing education for our children at home. We knew we were going to have to do that because even in the US, the schools are not so good, at least where we were, you know. So we knew we were, especially with the languages, even if we were in the best place with the best schools, we would still have to teach them our Yoruba and Spanish at home. So for us, sending them to any school here is fine, even if it is like the most local school, which is where they are, where they just have benches and they just repeat whatever, which sure, they don't learn lots, but they learn enough, you know, the basics, and they learn the community. Because at home, they are getting... a enviar con las tías. Te vamos a enviar con las tías porque estás llorando mucho.
The current one is
Anda.
expensive. The other one is
Yeah. Uy.
Thank you guys so much for watching our video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Go follow our channel, Familia Pavlanu, on YouTube. And until next time, bye-bye.
Nice having you.